Morning everybody, Mike Niemiec here with some early morning grain and oilseed comments for Thursday, October 16th. A little bit of a quieter trade in the overnight session, mixed both sides of the unchanged level here. Currently we got corn and wheat prices down around 1 to 2 cents. The bean market's pretty much unchanged. The meal market up roughly $1 and the soybean oil market down around 15 points. We have been on a extended break since the April-May time period, going back in the early spring, and of late we've have been on somewhat of a bounce in our corn and oilseed markets to the tune of roughly around 50 cents in the corn and the wheat and up around 75 cents in the beans. I guess because of the extended break that we've been on since April-May, some type of a bounce is warranted. There's a lot of reasons being given in here. Some of the more leading ones is just as far as money flow goes, other is tech correcting. Probably one of the lead things that's seemingly ongoing in here is that the harvest is a little bit slow, not to make a big deal about that, and or the farmer sell rate has been somewhat light. But as a result of, in particular, the oilseed complex, the lack of beans being moved in the processors and the exporters' hands have really kept the crushing margins, the meal flat price, meal versus the soybean oil, and meal spreads real firm. So right now it just seems like part of the support in the marketplace is the farmer sell rate. Weather is kind of cleaning itself on up in here, so we'll see over the next 2 weeks if we get any farmer selling. But in particular, if you wrote it down on paper and had very strong crushing margins, the way that we have for the soybean complex set up on up here, the processors and the exporters are saying, show me the beans, and to go and try and say this bounce in the marketplace, to go and try and alleviate itself, is going to have to take some type of farmer selling in this time period going forward. Other than that, this bounce also in the bigger picture of things to go and try and take corn back above $3.40 to $4 and higher, or beans $9.50 to $10 and higher, considering the carryout levels that we have, the harvest that we still have in front of us, the type of yields that we're looking at, and in particular the carryouts that we have here in the U.S. and in the world. Really doesn't seem that a sustained rally attempt should be seen here in the future, but once again, time will tell on it. So overall, a mixed trade. We're on somewhat of a bounce. We think it's more of a technical corrective bounce than any change in the fundamentals. And going forward in here, considering that if we think that the weather is going to be conducive and get some farmer selling in here, the bounce that we should be somewhat short-lived. Once again, these are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.